Imagine you walk into a room and instantly know exactly what everyone in it is thinking about you. Not a guess, not a read of the room. The actual words forming inside their skulls, live, in real time. For a second, that sounds like a superpower. The ultimate social advantage. The end of uncertainty. But here is what your brain is not telling you. It would destroy you. Not metaphorically, neurologically, socially. The ability to read minds would not make you more human. It would make you something your species has never been and could not survive being. Your brain is already exhausted. Right now, your prefrontal cortex is running a continuous simulation of every person around you. Psychologists call this theory of mind. Researcher Simon Baron-Cohen at Cambridge found that humans are uniquely obsessive about other minds. Your brain is a mind-reading machine that never stops. It just runs on inference instead of fact. Now imagine that inference becomes fact. The noise alone would be catastrophic. The average person has between 6,000 and 70,000 thoughts per day. Most are fragments, emotional static. Multiply that by every person within range and you would not be thinking. You would be drowning. Neuroscientist David Eagleman has written about the brain's most underappreciated function, filtering. Your brain does not show you reality. It shows you a heavily edited version, with most of the signals stripped out so you can function. Without that filter, you experience what people with certain forms of psychosis describe. An overwhelming flood with no hierarchy, no meaning, no way out. Reading minds without a filter would be that flood. But suppose the technology solved the noise problem. Suppose it was clean and manageable. What would actually happen? The first casualty would be attraction. Psychologist Elliot Aronson found that what makes another person magnetic is the gap between what you see and what you imagine. Mystery generates desire. Full disclosure kills it. If you knew every unfiltered first impression someone had of you, the attraction would collapse before it began. The second casualty would be trust. Trust is not built on honesty alone. It is built on selective honesty. On the belief that someone chooses to share something true with you. Vulnerability only has meaning when concealment is possible. If everyone's inner world is open, nothing anyone says carries moral weight. The third casualty would be your sanity. Psychologist Elaine Hatfield's research on emotional contagion shows that humans are already porous to other people's emotional states. You walk into a room where someone is anxious and your cortisol rises. Now imagine absorbing the actual content of another person's fear, their grief, their obsessive loop that never stops. You would not just feel empathy. You would dissolve into other people's psychological weather until you could no longer locate your own. Here is the counterintuitive twist. The fact that you cannot read minds is not a failure of your evolution. It is the feature. When someone tells you they love you, it means something, because you cannot verify it. You have to choose to believe it. That act of choosing, extending trust into the unknown interior of another person, is the entire architecture of intimacy. You cannot read minds, and that is why you have one. So the next time you sit across from someone and genuinely cannot tell what they are thinking, when the silence is ambiguous, when you have to guess, notice that the uncertainty is not a limitation. It is the price of admission to intimacy, to meaning, to the only kind of connection worth having, the kind you choose across a distance you can never fully close, toward an interior you will never fully know. You walk into a room and you cannot read a single mind in it. And that is the only reason any of it means anything at all.